Hello and welcome to SDN Tech Forum. So in this video I'm going to show you how to convert a regular Cisco iOS router to a SD-WAN router, because if it is a brownfield deployment, you must have WAN routers who are using traditional IOS-XE image, and now if you want to use them as a SD-WAN routers, you need to convert them. That means you need to run the right software on that. So I have the similar requirement. So in this video I'm going to do the same. So let's see what we need. So right now my infra is I have ISR4k, which is very popular, one of the WAN edge router. The prerequisite is you need enough space in the boot flash. At least 1.5 GB is recommended. Check how much space you have, and then ROM1 version also. So IOS-XE software, SD-WAN software, they require a minimum version of ROM1. We'll check into the Cisco documentation what is that. And the third thing you need to remember is not all modules are supported with SD-WAN software. So you need to check product documentation or Cisco documentation and see what modules are supported. And if you have any unsupported module in your router, please unplug them before you convert them to a SD-WAN router. What we are going to do, we are going to download the software. I'll show you how to download, what software to download, and then simply upload this software to the boot flash, and from there on we are going to follow the config guide. So I'm not going to reinvent the wheel. We will just work it together following the config guide. So let's go back to the documentation. Okay. So you can very much bookmark this Cisco SD-WAN getting started guide, and it actually talk about a lot of components, but what we are focusing is booting our WAN router as a SD-WAN router. So software installation and upgrade of IOS-XE router, supported interface module. You can see that these modules are supported on ISR4k, and these modules are supported on ISR1k. So please make sure that you have only supported modules on your router when you start this process. Before you begin, please go through that. I'm not going to read all of it, but a few points like IOS-4k, generally they have 4 GB of RAM. Some may have router have 8G or DRAM. So these are certain recommendation, but you have this, and we'll check on our real router what we have. What I want to check here is what is the minimum ROM1 version. So for ISR 4000 series, it's 1673R, and from then it's like download your software from Cisco website and then upload it to the router boot flash itself. So they are doing a SCP. You can choose whatever you want to do, and from there we are going to see what to do next. So let's go back and check what we have in our router. Okay, so this is my ISR. Which I'm going to convert. So first of all, let me show you version so that you can see what kind of hardware it is and what software it is running right now. Okay. So you can see that it is running, it is a ISR4k and it is running 16.11 as a version. Let's check the boot flash. Show boot flash, dir boot flash. Sorry about that. Dir boot flash free. So I have 1.2 GB free, but I'll show you what I have in boot flash. So basically I have already downloaded the software. To save some time here, I have already downloaded the software, and the software is available or uploaded to the boot flash. So with software loaded, I have 1.2 GB of boot space, which is good, boot flash space, which is good. And let's check the ROM1 version. So how you can check ROM1 version is show platform, and it is going to tell you your ROM 1 version. I have 16.91R, which is greater than 16.7, so I'm good. But in case your ROM 1 version is less, what you can do, you can simply upgrade ROM monitor and then boot flash. So you can upgrade, download the ROM 1 package, park it in the boot flash, and simply use upgrade ROM monitor command to upgrade your ROM 1. Once you upgrade your ROM 1 version, then you can follow along the process. So what else we want to check here is let's take a backup, config backup. Okay, in case you want to revert, just it's better to take a backup. Backup taken. Now what do we want to do? We want to follow along with the config guide now, because software is already available. Software download. Before I start doing this, let me simply show you how you can download the software and what software you need. Okay, so you go to Cisco software download, software defined WAN, and XE SD-WAN. Choose your product, 4000, and you have to download IOS-XE SD-WAN software. From there you can download whatever software you want based on the release train. We are going to run 16.12.3. Alright, so now download Cisco SD-WAN software image. We have done that. Step 2, upload it to boot flash. I have already done that. Device is connected to console. We are connected to console. Backup, I have already taken a backup. Now you have to undo all the boot parameter. So right now, if you want to see show boot var my boot variables, so my boot variable is set to 1611, which is regular IOS-XE image. What you want to do, you want to just go to config and say no boot system. All right, and you want to come out of it and right ma'am. So basically you are negating all your boot var parameters. We are going to verify that one more time. Show boot var. You can see there is no boot variables. Boot system flash. Now we are going to add the new boot system. So let's see what is my image name. dir boot flash. So this is my image name. What you want to do, you want to apply a boot system statement, flash boot flash boot system flash boot flash colon, and then simply copy your SD-WAN image name. Do a write mem one more time and again verify, just to make sure that you have the right software as a boot variable. You can see. Okay, now what you can do, remove all existing configuration. This is an optional step, but I'll go ahead and do that anyways. Erase. Confirm. Okay, my config register is already set to 2102. That means it should not go to ROM mode in next reboot. I have shown you in when I did the show version, but we can verify again. Config register is a 2102, so I don't have to set it. Bootware we have already identified. Now let's go ahead and simply reload the system. So once you reload the system, it is going to look at the new SD-WAN image and try to load itself with the new image. The only catch is sometimes it takes 2 reboots to boot as a SD-WAN cEdge router, and the first it will actually load the software, and in second it will load SD-WAN related parameter and do the cleanup. So 2 reboots may be required sometime. So let's see what happened in our case. Yeah. So I'm going to pause the video here and come back once the router has booted. All right, my device is back after reload. Let's look at the reload log now. So what happened when we first issued the reload? You can see here. So we were here and we did a write erase and a reload. What it did, it located 1612.3, but before loading that image, it actually started ROM1 upgrade. So ROM1 upgrade, we were at 16.9, and what happened, it actually upgraded the ROM1 to 16.12. So the ROM1 package was combined with the Cisco SD-WAN image, and the upgrade ROM1 was upgraded first. Once ROM1 is upgraded, then it will start loading the image again. So the image is loaded now. You can see the device is back and all the post test is run, and it has detected all the physical interfaces and everything, and looks like it is sitting for our instructions. Okay, let's see, it is trying to do a PNP right now, and let's correlate it with this. So we have done step 12, now 13. Let's set some enter here, username. So it is asking for username. You can see which is admin. If it is sitting at the login prompt, admin is a by default. You can change the password at this moment only. Right. So router is sitting in this, and what we have to do, it is still trying to do PNP. Let's stop the PNP process. And you can see OER offline. One of my network module which was not supported, it has been taken offline because I didn't unplug it beforehand. So that is why it's important that you unplug them. You can see PNP is aborted. And now what we are going to do, we are going to do a second set of reload, which is request platform software SD-WAN, upgrade confirm. Okay, it's a little busy. PNP services stopped. Okay, and now let's look at the software info. Okay, now we are going to issue the second set of reset, which is going to clean up all the IOS-XE config and boot up the router. Okay, let's try to, I think we have already stopped that, but let me try to do it one more time. because it is complaining. Stopping PNP discovery, waiting for PNP cleanup. Because it is trying to do a PNP, that means it is trying to read the bootstrap config or trying to reach the DSCP IP address so that it can connect to the vBond and Viptela controllers. A little bit busy. PNP discovery aborted on CLI input. Should be fine now. Okay, so the unsupported module is going into offline state. And I'm going to issue the final reload. Console is locked down a little bit because okay, total space, use space, that means it is coming up, still reading. Once we are seeing the output value here, I'm going to issue the second set of reload. Started expand package running. Okay. Still expanding the router package. We should give it some time. I'm going to pause the video for a moment till the time it stabilizes, and then we will issue a second set of command reload. Okay, so I'm back, and you can see the logs. Let's read the logs. Let me copy this command. Before issue the command, you have to be really patient and read all the logs, what has happened during this. So you can see that new admin password, the warning which it was giving, that new admin password was not set. Okay, and daemon is still reading initial config. So what happened, you can see here, successfully set new admin password and system state is solid green. That means all daemons are up. So this is a good sign. Now at this point of time, we are good to go ahead, and also before that, I want to show SD-WAN software. So before that, we didn't have any values, but now you can see I'm running 16.12.2 and active is true. All these parameters is set with timestamp, and it tell you like what is the total space, how much is the use space, and what is the available space. Available space has fallen back below the threshold. That's why you have the WAN alarm raised, but never mind. Let's go ahead and issue the second reload. So this is what it is going to do. It is going to do all the IOS-XE cleanup, all the daemon cleanup, and the router will come back as a complete SD-WAN cEdge router. You can see the install engine, everything is okay. And the note, please take a note, once you have installed the SD-WAN image, it changes to the SD-WAN. That means the regular config terminal is not supported. To go to config, you need to use config transaction. And as you can, this is kind of like one verification that if you can do config transaction, that means the device is using SD-WAN image. Okay, downloading to a fresh install to old image is not supported. Please read this. Only downloading to previous existing version of old image. So downgrading is not supported. All right, and then following is are when you connect to that. So we are not connecting to vManage in this video. All we want to do is prepare a network element to behave like a cEdge. So initializing the geometry of NVRAM, that is, it's going to reboot. Completed install activate package. Package is installed. The logs are very important, so keep an eye on log. Be patient with this. First time when you are converting a regular IOS-XE router to IOS-XE SD-WAN, lot of things, lot of packages and ROM1 upgrades are in process. So be patient with that and try to follow the logs, like when the package is started and when the package install is completed. Like if it is complaining that new admin password is not set, don't ignore that. Just wait for it. That password is set and system state is solid green, and see if you can start getting the values for your SD-WAN software. Then only go ahead and reboot this. Once again, it is a good time to pause the video. Probably there is nothing interesting watching the router reload. I'll pause the video now and I'll come back once the router has rebooted. Yes, now it is good time to look at the router logs. It is this with the after second reload. So let's look at the logs, what happened. So it booted with the new software, and what is happening here is interfaces started showing up, and you can see that one of my subslot interface is disabled because this is not supported module, and you can see SD-WAN system init is done. All right. You can see transceivable module inserted. Oh, okay, online 00 is online. These are the interface which will be up. We can look into that by directly logging in that. And what I want to show you is SPA name ES2, which is not supported. So that will be now 02 is supported. That's why the interfaces are online. Okay, so one of those transceiver which is not supported, that's gone, and I have got a DHCP IP address on my management interface. Now let's log into the router admin and start using the new password what you set. So still it is saying taking admin. Since I have changed that admin password, but it didn't come into effect. So let's change it again. So this is interesting. All right. Show SD-WAN software. System is still initializing. What I want to show you is if it is booted with SD-WAN image. So if you do config T, the command is not supported. The command which is supported is config transaction, and then you can see. So PNP is again, it will try to do PNP. Since we are not doing any PNP, I'm going to onboard this device manually. I'll show you that in next video. Let's terminate PNP. I don't want it to like keep trying to PNP and block us like putting any verification commands. please wait, do not interrupt. Okay, just trail the logs. PNP discovery is stopped, discovery failed. Good. New admin password is not yet set yet. All right. Okay, you can see that new admin the software is shown here. Started commit packages, and if we try to do config transaction one more time, service are still initializing. Please be ready, all daemon up. So please wait for that, and after that we should be able to go into config transaction, and from there we are good to start configuring this cEdge router to talk to VIP telecontrollers. Okay, successfully set new admin password, and system state solid green, all daemon up. So you have to be patient here. Transaction, and you see we are in console of the router, and if you want to see the config, show SD-WAN. So all the SD-WAN related commands start with show SD-WAN. Unlike IOS-XE, you can see show SD-WAN running config. Nothing configured yet. We haven't configured any SD-WAN related parameter, but still the default config, some of the default config will be shown here, and the username and password what we set. So default username is admin, password is what you set, hostname is router. I'm not going to change any config as of now. We will see how with the minimal config we are going to apply minimal configuration, and then from vManage it is going to get all the templates and the configuration. It's going to inherit that from vManage and vSmarts. So this is the by default config, and now our router is ready to go and register. So before that we have to do some more minimal configuration, and one thing what you would like to capture here is your serial number and product ID. At the same time, what you want, this is handy when you try to do SUDI. So this is the key you will need, certificate serial number. I will show you why it is important when we will set up the PNP for the cEdge routers. Thank you. I know it was a long video, but I hope you find it useful, and thank you.